Hi, I'm Dan, and welcome to Polar Currency and video number 30. This is the second of a four-part video series where I had the pleasure of interviewing, really talking to Ben the Coin Geek. But it's really, it is just a conversation. If you missed part one, please see the link in the description below. Not much more to say, so here's part two. I mean, the biggest thing for me as a currency collector, as you can probably very well understand, it's hard to find currency to purchase. I have very limited options. With specifically, if I'm in a coin shop desert, which I believe I am, Twin Cities up in Minnesota is not that high of count of coin shops. The ones that are here are good. I do not want to say anything bad about them, but they're a little higher end. I walk in, I could go in and once a month, and I'm going to see the same currency. But where can I? Man, that fly is just
It's
loving it.
really aggressive. Look at this guy.
It's super.
Like I've never seen him to fly so aggressive. Look, he's
It's
coming
like,
for me every
man,
time. Like it's like he's got a personal vendetta. I think Dan at Coin Help You sent him over here or something. He's just like, come on. It's just so funny. Anyway, it's what's bugging you? I will try to be more professional here, and
know why
it's hard when he lands like right on my nose. I'm like,
right.
oh,
It's like
I
I'm
can
like,
see him. I'm like, I know you can see him. That's
uh,
so
anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but so I'm always
Oh,
looking.
you're talking about being in the currency desert,
Well,
and
purchasing, so you've got eBay, you've got great collections.
uh,
There's not that
so
many places.
if you're knowledgeable, which I know you are, I would I would enjoy as a collector hunting. So the hard thing for me is I don't have time to go on eBay or whatnot, right? But if I'm you and I really am passionate about very specific notes, if it's definitely the hobby more than it is the full-time job, I'm 100% using whatnot in eBay and
Mhm.
different places because you can find all kinds of really great stuff on those websites from people who are just like, I'm not going to my coin shop because those guys are gonna rip me off. I'm just gonna put it on eBay, and then they end up getting ripped off because they maybe the coin shop was gonna rip them off. I don't know, but the point is you can find deals on eBay and whatnot still because whatnot they run auctions just when whoever's watching because it's a live feed.
Right,
So,
right.
you're not
I
competing with as many people, so
but at the same, yeah, and the problem with all of those, where I think where my collect
uh
will really be a benefit, it's going to take time. Your flies back.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
going to
saw.
take time. But it's like but when I'm looking for, all right, I'm looking for a 1969 $5 Minneapolis C
Right.
series.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find it, and that's okay. The hunt
Isn't it
is
amazing?
part of it for me. I get that. I enjoy that, but it's been 2 years. I can't find that note, and so I'm looking for that as being an opportunity, and how often on Whatnot or any other place besides eBay am I even going to have a legitimate shot of that? Because I collect only Minneapolis, district coins. Wow, there's a slip.
Wow, that's
I know.
Freudian.
I know. Um, I'm just going to leave that one in. I'm not even going to cut it out. But I'm hoping for that it, like you said, it becomes the community. It can become a platform to help me purchase. That it gives me more avenues to find out places to purchase,
The,
to find a.
so for people who this may be back to one of your first, questions. This may be one of the reasons why people don't collect currency. There's a certain level. I mean, Americans are pretty good about wanting things and wanting it now. And so, if you're having to take 2+ years to find an item that is not an expensive item, it's just like
It's not
it's
there.
it's just an item, right? So, that can be very, very frustrating as a collector. And so I think a lot of people will choose to not uh collect because they want to be able to find something, So I mean that happens in the coin realm as well, but it's just not to the same it doesn't seem to be to the same extent, as far as being able to find stuff or not be able to find stuff.
So follow up on that. So let's move this the other way. You have, when you have higher end customers, they're very gracious in letting you show on your channel. And I think that's really cool, that aspect, because again, whether it's lower end, higher end, I enjoy seeing it all, even if it is coins. But the question is, how do you help that? They're a customer of Old Pueblo Coin. They're your customer, and now they've moved up. They are looking for higher ends. So they are kind of like the point of my 1969 $5 C series. Where can they go? Where okay, Ben, you can get it. You can't get it. You don't have it. It's not on eBay. I don't want, and they are spending some money. So anytime you get into the higher range, I'm assuming they want to stay quiet. They don't really want people to know. And maybe I'm talking about the 1%ers, but that's what we see out there, is those big dollar things, and you hear about them at auctions.
Well, the weird thing for me is, and I don't have any of the, King Fruit type stuff. So the strange thing to me is, like, a lot of the guys on the high end stuff want to be known now. Like, that's a whole part of my collect. Is like, oh yeah, put your collection together and show it off. And this is something that's, I think, been born out of the set designations from PCGS and NGC, the registry sets.
Yeah.
There are people who have a private, name that they put out in front, and it's not known who they are. But plenty of those guys, everyone knows who they are. Like, oh yeah, that's so and so. Oh yeah, that's so. Everyone knows. And I find that to be kind of interesting within the hobby, because it's really silly for a guy who's on YouTube every day to say he's kind of doesn't want to be known, but really, though, there's a somewhat of a privacy factor there that I would have a hard time with, and yet, it's pretty popular for people to want to be known. But there are plenty of people who they're just buying expensive coins, like what I would consider expensive. A very popular price point that I can tell is that $1,000 to $5,000 price point. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like there's a lot of guys who, that's kind of their sweet spot. That's what they're looking for, and that's what they can afford.
The higher end stuff makes the world go round. I mean, that's the stuff
Does
that
it?
attracts attention, that gets
But
the
does
articles
it?
written, that gets people digging into the history of things.
This is kind of a fascinating discussion, because it's the whole does man. So people are attracted to that stuff, but are they really? I mean, but I think people are still attracted to whatever they collect.
Yes.
So, so this whole philosophy around, if you designed a coin show and you only had guys show up with $20,000 coins, tell me how that works.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It just doesn't. And so you've got to be able to, the coin collecting market is massive. It's massive. And I still think for the average guy, the $500 and under price point is huge.
Yep.
I've seen collectors, coin dealers, who that's part of their tactic. They're like, okay, they only look for certified coins between $100 and $500. And it's an interesting tactic, but they just know that that's the type of thing that they can get someone to kind of pop off on a show. You're right that the people who write the articles oftentimes and have influenced us over time, what sells, what clicks, what gets clickbait is high-end stuff, right? But I don't know that that's always true anymore, as the market for the media market's changed. But you have to understand, like, people, in a way, people controlled what was seen. Like, if I turned some of my videos into clickbait, maybe we'd see more of them, or more people would see them, I guess. But, at least the people that watch my channel, they're getting a well-rounded numismatic information. And as far as I can tell, that's very different than just showing off 1804 silver dollars. I'm really happy I got to do that. But most of what I show is stuff that a lot of guys can afford and collect. And I show stuff that's just like, as I try to reach on my messy desk behind here, because I'll show stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I'll show
Love
and
that.
I'll show stuff like this some of the collections that I've shown that have nothing but just common date stuff in it have some of the most views. I mean, there's a place for some of, a lot of that stuff because I think people can relate more sometimes to those type of, videos.
So for me, Ben, I look at you and I look at your age, and it's like for everything to survive in the numismatics collecting, we need our age average to go down. You do
Shameless
that.
plug.
You do
Shameless plug.
that.
Well, I used to be the youngest guy at all the shows I'd go to. I'm not anymore, and it's so well, we met at Long Beach. You saw the people there. It was a very diverse group of people,
good, really good group.
very diverse in lots of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And he's more shameless plugs. Witter U.
Yeah,
Um,
I love that.
Look up my videos from Witter U. I was now as the time we're recording this, those videos they're launching this week.
Yep.
But I was just there, and it's pretty incredible to see some of the absolute top notch guys in the industry give up a week of their time and devote it to 40 YNs. And they just show them. I mean, they show them everything. They give them. It's a pretty incredible thing. And I wasn't there for the whole time. I only got to see kind of the tail end of it. But those kids' lives are absolutely changed.
So Seth,
what's that?
Seth is the one that's the owner and that operates that from out of San Francisco, correct?
From Witter, yeah. Seth Chandler's the owner. But he's friends with all these guys in the industry that are high up. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, for
the
him,
head of PCGS is there all week. The guy who founded PCGS is there all week. There's some major auction houses that show up, and have representation there. Ian Russell was there for a day. I saw him, and it's pretty incredible to watch and see a guy. I'm going to get names wrong now because I don't know them personally. David McCarthy, who has like a display box of like whatever $1 million in coins in just one showcase, and here he is at the banquet dinner just saying, "Hey, this is my favorite thing that I do all year long," and he is 100% just loving what he's doing there. And we all get very cynical because that's it's good to have some cynicism and safety there, but like it's pretty incredible to watch what they're doing.
And I watched one video of you up there, your first one, I think. I don't know, you up in like some glass booth looking thing with all the t-shirts behind you.
Be ready for more of the same.
Oh, that's okay, because Ben, honestly, I mean, it came through on the camera. Your passion, excitement, caring came through on that. I mean, it really, really did. When you're just like, this is really something else. It was something special. And when you said, I can't, I wish I would have been here sooner or whatever, other times, it was really, really, it was good.
I mean, I hope to be back next year and do more.
Well, that's it for video number 30, the second video of the 4-part series with Ben the Coin Geek. Ben, again, sincere thanks for your time and coming on to Polar Currency. I sincerely appreciate it and just your ability to put up with me. If you all like it, please hit the thumbs up button, feel free to leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for checking in.